Scale up of fermentation process. This was the topic we were discussing in the last class. In continuation to that, we had been studying about what is scale up and what are the factors influencing scale up. Three factors are there: inoculum development, sterilization, and environmental parameters. Inoculum development was the topic which we studied in the last class, wherein we studied about two types of inoculum development, that is bacterial inoculum development and fungal inoculum development. Bacterial inoculum development we have seen already, what is seed production medium. Fungal inoculum development, there are two types again, solid and submerged. In the last class we have seen a diagram for solid uh, scale up. Now we will see for submerged. So this is an example for submerged scale up for fungal inoculum scale up. So in this diagram you can see it's a very clear diagram stating to you how scale up can be done properly, even telling you about the incubation time and temperature, how it will vary from one stage to another stage. It has been clearly shown in the diagram. So you can observe that in the top left hand side corner you can see we have a slant with us. This agar slant contains the organism industrial strain. So from there we are going to take a loop full of spores. It is given spores, you can just see students. So this is for fungal fungal spores are collected from the slant and inoculated into 30 ml of first seed medium. We call it as first seed medium. This 30 ml is the medium present in 250 ml of conical flask. So 250 ml conical flask containing 30 ml medium. To this 30 ml medium you are inoculating one loop full of spores. So like that many flasks you will inoculate in triplicates. So how many ever number you do, you keep all those flasks. So every flask contains 30 ml seed medium which has been inoculated with one loop full of spores. You keep it on shaker incubator at 30 degrees Celsius for 5 days, which is appropriate for fungi to develop, to grow. So after 5 days of incubation, the fungi would have grown, the spores would have germinated and it would have formed mycelia. Now what you do, you collect the 30 ml of first seed culture medium which was kept on shaker incubator and inoculate, decant the entire 30 ml into 300 ml of second seed medium. So first seed medium, next second seed medium. The only difference is first it was 30 ml, now it has become 10 times more, 300 ml. So 30 ml is decanted, 30 ml of grown fungal culture is decanted into 300 ml of medium. So here you can see this is called submerged way of scale up. So only first step you are using spores from solid agar slant. Rest every steps you can see you are using liquid media for scale up. So it is called a submerged inoculum development, fungal inoculum development. So here you can see 30 ml is inoculated into 300 ml. It is called second seed medium. It is a 2 liters flask. So 2 liters flask containing 300 ml medium. Again it is kept for 2 days. You can just see students that between each stage the number of the days, though the temperature remains same 30 degrees, days are different. First seed medium you kept it for 5 days, next you are keeping just for 2 days on shaker incubator. So like that many flasks you have to inoculate. So each flask contains 300 ml. Now what you do, you pool 5 flasks. So in each flask 300 ml will be there, second seed medium. You pool the second seed medium. When you pool 5 flasks, each flask contains 300 ml. When you pool it together it becomes 1.5 liters. That 1.5 liters you decant it into 15 liters of third seed medium. So students please understand, from second seed medium we are collecting, we are taking 5 flasks at a time and pooling all the 300 into 5, from 5 flasks 1.5 liters we are putting it into 15 liters of third seed medium. Now this is a 30 liter flask containing 15 liters seed medium. Now we are transferring the entire content. After we are incubating it for 2 days at 30 degrees Celsius. Now we have to do some agitation, because you can't keep such a huge 30 liter on a shaker incubator. We have to put inside some agitators which will rotate at 250 nanometers, 250 rpm rotations per minute, and agitation and aeration has to be done. See, aeration 15 liters per minute, that much oxygen you have to pump into the vessel. After 2 days you have to transfer this 15 liters into 60 liters. This is the scale up step number 3 times you are doing the scale up from 60 liters. This is called fourth seed medium. 15 liters is called third seed medium, and 60 liters is called fourth seed medium. See, from the fourth seed medium, from 15 liters you are inoculating it into 60 liters, fourth seed medium. Again you are incubating it for 2 days at 30 degrees Celsius. Again the RPMs, you can see the RPM changes, and oxygen level also changes. 60 liters per minute, more oxygen you have to supply. So every scale up step, every stages, the incubation days, though the incubation temperature is constant throughout 30 degrees, the incubation days are differing, and even the agitation aeration speed also differs. Aeration speeds you can see in the last two steps. Aeration speed is 15 liters per minute. In next stage it is 60 liters per minute. Even RPM also changes, 260 to 160, like that we keep changing it. And it all depends on this all should be standardized. It is not that we have to follow the same thing for all types of fungi. This has to be standardized. The best scale up has to be followed. Now you can see in the last step 60 liters, 60 liters has to be inoculated into 1000-liter fermentation tank. So we are inoculating this into 1000-liter fermentation tank from 60 liter. This is fourth seed medium. We are inoculating it into 1000. We are inoculating this into 1000-liter fermentation tank, and this is again kept for 4 to 5 days. Again the RPM you can see 150 RPM is given, and aeration maximum now 500. So as the size of the fermenter increases, media quantity increases, aeration rate also increases. You can see 500 liters per minute. Finally this 1000-liter medium should be inoculated finally into the production tank. Production tank may be 50,000 liters or something, like a very huge quantity. In such huge fermenters you have to inoculate. So this is what we call it as scale up of submerged fermentation. Next, with this we are completing inoculum development. If you see, two more topics are there: sterilization and environmental parameters. This will be handled in the seminar topic, sterilization and environmental parameters. So environmental parameters you can see: pH, temperature, nutrient availability, dissolved oxygen, and carbon dioxide concentration, shear condition, and foam formation. So all these are the parameters which are influenced by scale up. So while doing scale up, you have to see that the pH is constantly maintained between lab scale and large scale. Similarly, temperature, nutrient availability, everything tends to get changed because of scale up. So all these parameters have to be kept constant. So how many parameters? You can just count the number: pH, temperature 1, 2, nutrient availability 3, oxygen and carbon dioxide 4, 5, 6, 7. So almost 7 parameters are getting influenced during scale up. So to control all the 7 parameters, the 7 parameters can be controlled only by two concepts, that is aeration, agitation. So if you manage to give aeration and agitation properly, then scale up will work 100% properly. So this is called this graph what you are seeing on the slide, we call it as the window, scale up window we call it as. Scale up window means by using agitation and aeration, we manage the scale up of fermentation process properly. See, earlier I told you all the environmental parameters which will be discussed in detail during the seminar. These parameters are controlled within by using agitation and aeration. You can see in the slide, in that graph you can see agitation, the arrow mark it is pointing towards upward. As the agitation rate increases means RPM, like our fan, when it rotates at a higher speed, that is called agitation is increasing. You can see carbon dioxide concentration decreases in the fermenter. That means as you increase agitation, carbon dioxide escapes from the fermenter, so carbon dioxide concentration reduces, which is a welcome state. And as you see in the diagram, as you increase the aeration, below you can see aeration arrow mark is written. As you increase the aeration level, that is from 100 liters of air supplied per minute, if you increase it to 200 liters of air per minute, or 300 liters of air per minute to 400 liters of air per minute, like that, when you increase the liters of air supplied per minute, that is increase in aeration, we call it as the aeration increases, you can see oxygen also gets dispersed properly, bulk mixing takes place properly, and you can see by increasing agitation foam also increases. But you can see there are one two three for nearly 6 parameters get influenced by agitation. See students, please look at the diagram. I'll tell you one thing. Just by increasing agitation, if you keep aeration less, what will happen? The diagram shows you clearly that both parameters should be maintained at optimum condition. If agitation alone is increased and aeration is reduced, then oxygen concentration reduces. See students, what the point says here is agitation and aeration, they should be maintained within this window. Can you see the window? The window here is that hexagonal pattern written: oxygen, carbon dioxide, shear, cost effect, and foam, and what you call it as bulk mixing. So within that frame, inside that frame, the dot should be present. Which dot? The aeration speed, the aeration level and agitation speed, they should be within this window. If they escape out of this window, if the dots come outside the window, then your scale up or your fermentation process will go wrong. See for example, cost, I will tell you. You can see cost line is there. If the dot goes above the cost line, that is if it goes outside the window, what will happen is cost will increase. So the, see, you can just see here, as you increase aeration from 100 liters per minute, if you increase aeration to 1000 liters per minute, 10 times more aeration if you give, what happens to the cost line? You see the cost line keeps moving towards one end. That is when the cost line moves towards the both the ends, the cost of the product also increases. When you increase the agitation, you can see the cost line also keeps rising up. So keeping in mind about the cost, shear effect means as you increase the agitation, shear effect means uh, death of the cells. The cells are killed. More agitation, more death will be there. So shear effect here should not cross the window. So you can see a window has been imaginarily a window is being constructed by 6 parameters under the influence of agitation and aeration. So you have to see that aeration agitation should be maintained at an appropriate level, wherein the dots of aeration and agitation lies inside the window and not outside the window. So just I want to highlight to you that this is called window, scale up window. Please students, please remember, this may come for 3 marks in the exam or for 5 marks, not maximum 3 marks they may ask. What is scale up of window, scale up of window, or window as such they may ask. So scale up window means you have to write about this diagram and you have to explain how aeration and agitation influences the scale up process. So with this we are completing scale up of fermentation process. Next topic for us to discuss is fermentation media. So this we are going to start this topic in the next class. As you see, few criteria are mentioned in the slides. So these are general criteria which will tell us what is this criteria are used to tell whether the media is good for fermentation or not. See, fermentation media is our next topic. Fermentation media is not the media what we use in our lab. It should have all good properties for industrial production. So we will be using 50,000 liters of media. So media should have some quality, some and there is some something to tell that this media is really good for fermentation. So all this information we will be studying in the next class about criteria for selection of media. I think with this we are completing scale up of fermentation. Hopefully in the next PPT class we will be studying about fermentation media as such.